welcome to part 2. Before I forget, someone from England had asked me about getting him this book. I did get an extra book from my Weight Watchers meeting. If you could just message me or let me know down below who you are, and we could figure out a way that we can get in touch with each other and I can mail this to you, because they did give it to me. So she said that in England they don't offer it. But I wanted to address some of my comments. I like to do that once in a while. If anytime you leave a comment and you don't want me to mention your name, let me know, because I think that people can see your name anyhow, but maybe you don't want it out there. I don't know. But anyway, today I'm going to mention your name. Sue W., I wanted to thank you. I know what her last name is, but I won't say it. She helped me put things in perspective. I've been struggling, I've told you, for the last couple weeks. I've had a gain every week for the last 3 weeks, and it's kind of putting me in a bummer mood. And I'm trying to snap out of it, as Cher says in Moonstruck. But I'm having a little bit of trouble. And I'm doing really well today so far. So, but she wanted me to remember that I've only been gaining ounces, not pounds. And that really helped me, because in 3 weeks I've gained just 6 ounces. So that's not really bad in the whole scheme of things, because 7. I've gained 7 ounces. But, you know, it's better. I haven't even gained a pound. So I'm still staying pretty much on track. And then, okay, the old, now this is Nancy Chiampa. You know what? One time she phonetically put it out there for me so I could say it right, and I can't remember how it is. I'm sorry, Nancy. Chiampo? You know who you are. She's just wondering how come I'm splurging lately. I wish I could figure that out. I am just doing so bad. And the only thing I can think of is that the old Sandy's trying to make an appearance. And she's clawing her way to the top of my bean, trying to get out. And I'm letting her. And I have to stop. I just have to stop. I splurge on the weekends, and I don't know. And I binge, and I just do all of the bad things that I shouldn't do. I wish I could have the same mindset for the whole week that I do. I wish I had the same mindset that I have the whole week on the weekends. I don't know why I think weekends are a free pass. They're not a free pass. I tend to treat them like a free pass, but they're not. And Roxy De Mornay, she just had a birthday. Anyway, she says I should try to get Denise to do my Whatever Wednesdays again. I try. As you can see, the only reason I got her on the tape yesterday was because she drove home with me from church. She leads a very busy life, busy, and it's kind of hard to nail her down, but I'm going to try. I really am. I'm really going to try. Debbie Bauder and 1952 Trouble, they thank me for doing the videos, and they said that like I'm fun. I try to be. I really do. I know I can be annoying, you know, to my family, because I'm pretty chipper most of the times. But you know, if you can't have fun in life, what's the point of living? I mean, everybody's going to have sad times in life. I'm not saying that. Everybody's going to have a moment of depression or sadness. But if you're happy most of the time, people want to be around you. Nobody wants to be around Debbie Downer. Nobody does. They'll be around you if you're going through something really bad, you know, like if you have a sadness or a grief in your, you know, like a death in your family, or someone's just been diagnosed with an illness, or you're sick or something. You know, people will tolerate that. But if you're always going to be in a negative mood, you're going to have people avoiding you. And, you know, you really can't blame them. Mother of One said that she already lost all of her weight at one time, and she reached her goal, but then she let it creep back on. And all I can tell you is that you're going to learn from your mistakes. And she said she is learning. She's lucky because she's young, and she's learning at a young age to learn from her mistakes. I waited far too long, and it's just thanks to friends like you. Another movie, Finding Forrester with Sean Connery, I liked when he was reading a letter at the end of the movie, and he wanted to thank his friend because of his friend, he made him realize that even though he was older and he didn't have much left in life, because, well, I don't want to ruin the movie. Yeah, it's an old movie. He had cancer, and so he was just like giving up on his life. And it wasn't until he met this young man that he realized that there was so much more to see. And he lived out his remaining years in a good place. I know that sounds kind of bummy, but I love that movie. Janice W. said that her husband goes to church now, and he didn't in the past. Jim always went when my kids were little. We always went. We always sat in the front row, as we always said. I didn't want my kids to have the excuse that they didn't know what was going on, so we always sat in the front row. I brought them from when we come home from the hospital, and they were like 3 or 4 days old. I brought them to the church. I had a bottle for them when they got a little bit older, like a toddler. I had like little cookies or, you know, I always cleaned up their mess. I get annoyed when people bring food to their kids at church and then they don't clean up the mess that the kid made. But sometimes you just got to distract them a little, but you have to make sure that they know what's going on. So Jim doesn't go to church. As soon as like the last one left the house and was no longer going to church with me, Jim stopped going to church with me. I think that he would go if I really insisted. I do ask him every week. I ask him every week, do you want to go to church with me? And he always says, no, not this week. And then when I get home, I always say, Jesus said hello. And then he laughs. Mary Dukakis said I should start sticking to my points a little bit better. And I agree, Mary. I need to be sticking to my points. I need to go under my points, because if I stay right at my points, I'm not going to lose. And I figured that out. Janice Cahill wants to say, thanks for the prayers. Everybody's praying for everybody. Actually, I think that was Lulu that said that. But whoever it was, I don't mind. I love praying. I make no apologies at all. I live my life based on faith, and I would like to think that if God was to ever knock on my door, I wouldn't be ashamed to let him in, because I've done something wrong in the past. Everybody's done something wrong in the past, but, you know, I've never done anything unforgivable. Lisa Vickroy wants to know why I go wild after weigh-ins. I don't know. Why do I do that? I just think that once I get weighed, I've got a whole 7 days before I have to worry, and I go crazy on Saturday and Sunday, and then I spend Monday through Friday trying to play catch up. And I don't mean ketchup and mustard. I mean catch up. And I just, I have to get on a better track. One of my penances, or whatever you want to call it, for Lent, I'm going to stay on track on the weekends. I'm not going to let any excuses tell me that I can go crazy. I'm not going to wait until then to stop eating on the weekends, because what's the point? I'll put weight on in the meantime. And anyhow, it's a week from Wednesday. Is it a week from Wednesday? 2 weeks from Wednesday. I have to start before waiting to that. Sina getting fit. She said that I should have went to church with her yesterday, because her pastor talked about you need to stop digging your grave with your fork. And I so agree with that. And I don't know if I had mentioned it. I think I did. But the young man that wasn't at the meeting last week, who was so discouraged the week before, did show up. And he's very strong in his faith. And he said that he relates it to, you know, the Catholic way I was brought up is we didn't really read the Bible. I know that now they're doing Bible readings and stuff, but when I was growing up, we didn't do Bible readings. We read things out of the Bible, but we didn't go for Bible studies. But he was saying that there's a scripture, and I'm sure one of you will know it, and you can let me know which it is, but that your body is a temple. And so he says, I have to start treating my body like a temple. And so he lost 6 pounds this week, so he's back on track. Bernie Stazovic, you know, I know I'm screwing all your names up, but you know, now you know how I feel. Everybody says Carrico wrong. There's no excuse. I should know how to say your names. I apologize. She said, oh, it's so nice that you were able to walk, that there was no snow. You jinxed us! We're getting 6 to 8 inches today. And I went out to get my mail, and I almost fell just in my driveway, because my driveway was so deep and it was slippery. And I went, whoa! And I was like a weeble. So, but weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Thank goodness, because I didn't need to fall down, because there's nobody out there. I would have been like making little angels in the snow trying to get up. And I'd be going, help me, help me. No, I would have looked like a beached whale. Help me. Picture a whale on the beach going like that. That would have been what I would have looked like. Valerie Reese, thank you once again for the hat. Oh my gosh, it was so nice yesterday. It was so warm. I've gotten so many compliments about that hat. And Lulu, here it is down here. Lulu was saying that her husband was sick, and that caused her to have a little bit of stress, and that caused her to eat. That's true of everybody. If you have stress in your life, you are going to eat. Mostly. Most people. I've never met any. I know there's people out there that when they're stressed, they don't eat. I've yet to meet that person. But I know they're out there. But nobody I know. And when I'm stressed, I do eat. So, but I'm very proud of myself because I just got done doing my February budget. And Kelly from Freedom in a Budget, you'd be happy to know that I did pay extra on every one of my credit cards this month. And next month I've set aside a certain amount of food and I'm going to stick to that. And the extra money that I normally would have spent on food, I've already figured out applying to my mortgage. So I'm going to do it. She's going to help me. She's going to help me get through this month. And she's going to help me get through this year. And it's going to be so much nicer. My goal is by 70 to be completely out of debt. Well, I'll still have my house payment. But my car, my truck, my credit cards, everything's going to be, the only thing I'm going to have is my everyday expenses. That's my goal for 70. So that's 3 years. That just shows you how bad I am with money. Bad. But I'm going to do it. I know it. So, okay, enough talking. I will see you at dinner. I did put up a video for a recipe for that salad, which I kind of tweaked a little bit to make it my own. And I'm going to try the twice baked potato. And I might put that recipe up tomorrow, but I'll film it as I'm doing it today. And I'll show you when I do my chicken. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to have a little snack. I'm going to have a grapefruit, a banana, a cup of tea, and another glass of water. So they're all 0 points, so I still have 20 points left for dinner. Okay, I'm going to make my chicken. What I did was I used this Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute on both sides of the chicken, and I also used the Trader Joe's seasoning salt on both sides of the chicken, and then I added 1/8 of a cup of the breadcrumbs on both pieces of chicken, and then I did a tablespoon on one chicken breast and a tablespoon on the other chicken breast. And now I'm going to put the aluminum foil over the top. I'm going to bake it at 350 for about 50 minutes. And then I'm going to take the cover off, drain the juices, and put a thermometer in it to see how much longer I need to cook it. But I'll let you know. Okay, there's the finished chicken. It was a little frozen when I started, so it didn't get as brown. But I did use my thermometer, and it did come out that it's done. And if you don't have the Trader Joe's, I also used Lori's garlic salt and Lori's seasoned salt, so you can substitute that if you want. But here's my chicken, 2 points. The reason it's 2 points is because of the breadcrumbs and the Italian dressing. If you were just to bake your chicken, there would be 0 points, but I like a little bit of flavoring on it. But like I said, 2 points, that's not bad. Okay, let's eat dinner. You know, I forgot to tell you about the red onions. I did add some red onions to the salad, and that is 2 tablespoons of that Panera bread dressing, and my baked potato, and I have chicken and tea and water. So I showed you my grapefruit and my banana and my water from earlier. It's 2 points for the chicken breast due to the breadcrumbs and the seasoning that I used. 0 for the tea and water. It's 1 point for the tomato and cucumber salad. The 1 point is the dressing. The cucumber and tomato salad is 0. 5 points for my baked potato. 2 points for my 2 tablespoons of light sour cream. I do have 1/2 of a tablespoon of butter in there for 3 points, so it's a 13-point dinner. So my total points for the day was 18 points. Probably going to have a piece of my strawberry pie for dessert. I'll show it to you if I do eat it. Okay, it's a 0-point dessert. It's 1/8 of a piece of the pie. I'm going to enjoy every bite. Well, I ended up about 7 points under for the day, which is, I think, my goal to shoot for, to see if I'm going to lose some weight this week. I have to have at least 1/2 pound lost this week just to get me psychologically back in the game. So I will see you guys in the morning. Give me a like, subscribe, comment, share. See you in the morning.